Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this amazing game.
How strange. It seems to me that I have met you before, traveler. Well, great are the mysteries of time and space. Oh, please forgive my rudeness, son of patience. I have not even greeted you yet. Welcome, friend. Take a seat on my humble rugs and enjoy a pipe in peace.
Who are you?
My name is Abu Jin ibn Jadir ibn Omar Khalid bin Haji al-Sharidi. I am a seer and a prophet, an astrologer and a purveyor of tobacco.
What kind of tobacco do you offer?
My pipes are filled with spicy, refreshing apple tobacco. Help yourself whenever you want, son of adventure.
Do you have other tobacco as well?
I offer only the very best tobacco. This apple plant is a symphony from my homeland, the Southern Isles. But of course, I'm always open to trying a different sort of tobacco. If somebody should succeed in producing a really good tobacco.
How's that done?
Start with my apple tobacco as a basis, and then try combining it with another ingredient. This is done at an alchemist's bench, provided you know the essentials of alchemy.
Where can I get apple tobacco?
I shall give you 2 portions. It is up to you, in your wisdom, to do with them whatever you want. If you crave more, then direct your steps toward Zuris, the master of potions. He produces this tobacco, and he sells it too.
Can you make me a prophecy?
My services are yours for a modest fee. Oh, father of generosity.
How much do you want?
For a paltry 25 coins. I shall risk a glance through time for you. But remember, the future is always uncertain. All I can do is glimpse some fragments of time.
Tell me about the future.
All right, seeker of knowledge. I shall now enter a state of trance. Are you ready? Orcs. They are guarding an entry, an old tunnel, the Valley of Mines, men in shining armor. A magician. Your friend is with them. He is waiting for you. Fire! An attack! A mighty creature. The flames, many shall die. What is that? A city. Ruins. Quarholdron in Jarkandar. He is summoned. Quarholdron in Jarkandar. I'm sorry. The vision is over. There's nothing more I can see.
Can you make me another prophecy?
Oh, son of the mysterious future. It is not within my power to lift the veil of time. Only when time sends me another omen shall I be able to see for you again.
When will that be?
When the future has become present, and you have continued your journey.
He can make a prophecy in every new chapter.
Of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the Royal Militia.
Hey, come closer. Take a break and have a sip of cool beer. Lord Andre is springing for a few barrels of free beer.
What are you doing here?
I'm a novice from the monastery. I run errands for the magicians and also the paladins. I have provided the 3 innkeepers in the city with wine from the monastery.
Who are the 3 innkeepers?
One of them is the good man here behind the bar. Then there is Karagon, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
Well, take me to the monastery.
Forget it. Do you know how many creatures I had to evade on the way? When I think of all those bloodflies, wolves, and goblins, I'm glad that I don't have to leave here anymore. Besides, you can't enter the monastery anyway.
Why not?
Entrance is only permitted to magicians, paladins, and novices.
How can I become a novice?
If a man feels the deep desire,
Hey, just tell me what the conditions are.
you need the offerings, a sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
How am I supposed to get that much gold?
Since you obviously don't know anyone who would pay that for you, you'll simply have to go to work.
Where can I find a sheep?
From the farmers, of course, but you won't get one for nothing.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit
Hey, what's
order
up?
of the
Yeah,
Honorable
as long
Lord
as the
Hagen,
Paladins
the
don't have
following
any new
decree is
assignments for
hereby
me, I
enacted.
can have
By
myself
reason
a couple
of
of
the imminent
beers
danger
here.
of an attack by orcs,
What more
each
could you
inhabitant of
ask?
the city
You're
is to
working for the
prepare
Paladins?
himself accordingly.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
is to
report
begin
them
training
on
in the skills of
situation in the
combat
city.
immediately
At
and to
the
arm
moment,
himself appropriately.
everything is quiet.
How are things with the orcs?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the Paladins have everything under control. Go home and let us do our work. We're watching over the town and its citizens. Oh,
Would you like another beer?
sure, I want another beer. Get me one.
Hey, come closer. Nothing.
Hey, you! Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh, yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the Paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Would you like another beer?
Well, I won't say no to a decent pint.
They've even spotted an orc outside of town.
Yeah, right. The dangerous orc outside the city. A real monster of an orc. Well, he's bound to attack the city soon. Listen, we'll kick that fat orc in his fat ass if he comes too close to the city. Got it?
I see. Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter ale is absolutely the best. You know, you don't often meet someone who'll treat you to a beer. You're all right.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Can I get a drink here?
If you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
And how's business going?
Don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now. except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah, they prefer to get plastered on free beer.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this fella that he used to bump into every day, and then suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Corinthus is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits or eaten by wild animals. Yeah, it's that simple.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end. And then early in the morning, he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
What do I have to do to get into the upper quarter?
Well, you need to be a citizen of the town. Go find some work. Preferably with a craftsman in the lower part of town. Yeah, that'd make you a citizen. Well, and if that's still not enough, go talk to Lord Andre at the barracks. Maybe he'll let you join the city guard. They can go into the upper quarter, too.
Show me your wares.
Brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth. But with it, the trees and animals were also washed away.
Have you no manners? That's disgusting. Oh, is this filthy rabble. Haven't you a job where you ought to be? But I suppose no one would miss a down-at-heel fellow like you, hey? Well, if you had as much gold as I do, you wouldn't have to work either. But you'll never be that rich.
I see I'm gonna have lots of fun with you.
But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Adanos.
Do you have anything else to tell me?
Make yourself popular, never promise anything to anyone, take what you can, and watch out that you don't get into a quarrel with the militia. Or with jealous husbands, of course. They're the worst, let me tell you.
I asked you who you are.
I am Valentino, the handsome, bon vivant and ladies' man. Poor in cares, rich in wisdom and gold, and the women throw themselves at me. If you have problems, keep them. I don't need them.
Looks like I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Doesn't matter to me. Thrash me all you want. When I get up tomorrow, I'll be fine again. But you'll have to run around with that mug of yours for life.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land.
I knew that would be a problem. Hey!
How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
Okay, now let's go explore
That's really not my problem.
the harbor, talk to some people.
Works all day too. Someone's got to do the work.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
Thank you.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here, so keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see. You're looking for the man who is selling weapons to the bandits?
Says who?
Says Vatras.
Oh. What do you know about it?
Not much, but I could find out more.
Ah. Is that so?
Tell me, what do you know about the weapons dealer?
Listen, we know that an influential citizen in the upper quarter must be behind it. And some of the weapons are even supposed to have come from the militia's supplies. We still don't know exactly who's behind it. If you have enough goods to take on a group of at least 5 bandits, maybe you can find out.
What about the bandits?
We know that the bandits are currently blockading the roads that connect the farmers to the city. Besides that, I know that there must have been a weapons delivery in the last few days. Maybe some clues to uncover the weapons dealer can be found with the bandits.
About the weapons dealer? What was that again?
Listen, you're supposed to find out who's behind the weapons deliveries to the bandits and bring me proof. But it has to be really incriminating evidence, otherwise I can't arrest the guy.
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
So he has a master's sword. This weapon, unlike many other melee weapons, requires dexterity to wield, while most of them require strength.
All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
And if you remember the damage formula, how melee weapons gain more damage the more strength you have, the same goes for the dexterity weapons. They also gain more damage from strength. They do require dexterity to wield, but they don't get damage from dexterity. They get damage from strength. Melee weapons get more damage from strength. Range weapons get more damage from dexterity.
I've heard a thing or two. That's the first time I've bad business. Nothing's ever gonna change that. I've heard a thing or two prevail in the end. I wouldn't have done it. His deeds were just.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
He really didn't deserve that.
Hey! You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess that? Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's gotta fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Have you talked to the Paladins about this?
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be interested if a poor devil like me has his problems with the militia?
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the Paladins. The Paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do. Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Corinus. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
So the beach that he mentions is that beach over there.
done that.
Ever change? That was quite obvious.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's totally
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
You have to feel sorry.
justice will prevail.
Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Missing people? This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Corinus to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
That's exactly what I said. You really believe that?
Are you missing someone?
Me? No.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
Things I could tell you.
What ship would that have been?
Why haven't I heard?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinus lately. That is true.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
Bad business.
Really didn't
Tell me that.
Show me your fish.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Telling you anything new.
We can only wait and see.
You already know what I think.
If he doesn't see that,
That's an open secret.
Hey, you! Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Corinus, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Myrtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadja, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
That's not what I heard. That's gonna get even worse. Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun. Hey, I can't take care of you now, baby. Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
I just want to ask you a few questions about those missing people.
I could tell you a thing or two, but not here, honey.
Then let's go upstairs.
Fine, but you get it settled with Bromar first. I don't want any trouble.
No idea. You tell me.
Hey, what's up?
Man, I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Hey.
I'm busy.
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my girls. I like my girls. And if you like my girls too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
That's not what I heard.
Are all your girls accounted for?
Of course they are. Or do you think I want to go to jail over something like that?
I wasn't asking about your payroll. I mean, are they all present, or have any gone missing?
Oh yeah. Actually, one of my girls has up and left. Her name's Lucia. I reported it to the militia too, but they claim they haven't found a trace of her yet.
Really? I can't take care of everything for everybody.
How long has Lucia been missing?
Several days. I don't know exactly how long. I assume she ran off with one of her suitors, eh? That bitch made off with part of my savings, a really valuable golden dish, eh? If I get hold of her, I'll give her what for. So how is that any business of yours, huh? Do you want to have fun or not?
I do, but not yet. Maybe soon.
He had better shut up.
Now that's typical, isn't it? Really, how interesting. That's not what I heard.
Now that's typical.
That's not what my husband thinks. He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't tell this to anyone. I work someday too.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the moneylender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
These are bad times.
Well, lend me some money.
Sure, how much would you like? I charge 20%.
I'll think about it.
Make up your mind, don't waste my time.
These are bad times. What my husband thinks.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Who says things like that?
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
And how are the sheep?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
If I beat him up, I'll just get into trouble with the militia.
Down here at the harbor, no one pays much attention to brawls. But if you steal around here or mess with the sheep, you'll be in trouble.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinth.
I won't tell her.
Hey! Why are you hammering?
For days now, I've been desperately trying to fix the leaks in my house. The rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls recently. Soon everything's gonna come down around my ears.
Wait a minute. Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
Fine, just as long as I manage to get all this repaired in time.
Do you really believe that? Wait a minute. Could you stop hammering?
No, I have to finish this.
That's been known a long time.
Honestly, I wouldn't stay myself.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer.
What I heard.
You'll regret this.
Give
Hit
him
him!
what for.
Hit
Let
him!
him have it. Nope.
So this guy isn't a newbie when it comes to fighting.
He had better shit.
He actually had some moves.
Will it ever change?
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
He also dropped an apple.
Don't you try that again. Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your fault.
It's not what I heard. Is it really true?
Now, the reason I mentioned apple is because for every 25 apples, you get 1 permanent buff to strength. So my strength is 15. If I were to eat 25 apples, I would have 16 strength. And there's a similar mechanic to dark mushrooms. If you eat 50 dark mushrooms, you get 5 mana. 5 permanent bonus to mana. And just like I said before, that's one of those things that I don't like to do early. Now this lady has a name, Lucy, but she just has a generic dialogue. For example, if I were to play a dexterity-based character, I would eat apples right away. If I knew I wasn't going to play mage, I would probably eat dark mushrooms right away, to get that mana as fast as possible. However, I think I'm gonna play all factions in this playthrough, and because of that, I'll try not to eat anything at the start, or drink anything at the start, cause I'll need those points later.
What are you doing here?
This is my home. But if you mean, what do I do all day? I arrange fights.
You arrange fights?
Every day, from noon until evening. And right here, behind the warehouse in the Harbor District. Home sweet home.
What are the rules for the fight?
Quite simple. All regular weapons are allowed, no bows or crossbows, and no magic. We fight until one of us drops. And as soon as one of us is flat on his back, it's over. Got it? Whoever leaves the ring is out. So if you quit, I win. The stake is 50 gold coins. If you win, you get 100 back. If not, well, then your money is down the drain. Got it?
Yep. You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war's been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king. But there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jorah. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
Can you train me?
If you really want to learn how to fight, then go up against me. The lesson is no extra charge.
Hear ye,
I want to fight against
Corinus.
you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree
Here you are.
is hereby
We have a
enacted
new
by
challenger.
reason of
The
imminent
bets are
danger of an
placed.
attack by
Are you
orcs.
ready?
Each inhabitant of the city is to prepare himself
Come here.
accordingly.
Then let's see what you
Everyone
can
is
do.
to begin training in the skill.
Don't stop now! Don't stop now!
What you waiting for?
Hit him!
What you waiting for?
Give it your all!
What you waiting for?
Hit him!
got your all.
Attaboy! Attaboy! Yeah, that's the ticket.
Not bad.
Now, I can loot the gold from him, or I can just wait. If I were to
Hear ye,
loot, he would have an
inhabitants of
extra
Corinth.
dialogue.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law in the strictest sense in order
my
to
head.
prevent unauthorized entry.
Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. Here's your 100 gold pieces. You've earned them. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys don't like to see betting on fights.
I want to fight against you.
Nah. Before I go up against you again, I need a better weapon. I had to sell my sword a few days ago. With that, baby, I'm unbeatable. If you get it back from me, I'll take you on again.
Can you train me?
I keep my word. I'll teach you everything I know, provided you have the necessary experience.
Train me as a sword fighter.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinth. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Due to the general situation, the
Now, there is some loot on these houses.
Nothing you can do about it.
Don't tell this to anyone.
I can't take care of everything for
He
everybody.
doesn't see that. I can't help it. Everyone's bad.
Everybody knows by now.
You hardly know who to believe these days. Who said that? Business.
The honey that I just picked, I'm gonna need it for
It's gonna get
tobacco.
worse.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Do you really believe that?
That's what I've always said.
Do you really believe that?
Now that's tit-based.
Nobody will learn anything from me. You hardly know who to believe these days.
These are bad times.
Do you really think?
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Hey, you!
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Do you know anything about a thieves' guild in town?
Completely.
The questions you ask. Of course, there's a thieves' guild here, just like in every big city. And every petty pickpocket or fence is probably connected to it somehow.
I wouldn't have done
That was obvious all along.
Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you
that. You
need.
don't have to ask me that.
You listened to the wrong people.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
I can take the ornament there for you.
You listened to the wrong people.
I think I had better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment.
That's not what I heard.
I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
Let's wait and see what happens.
What exactly do you do here at the
It was
harbor?
obvious all along.
I can't talk about that. Vatras would have my head.
Never asks me.
What exactly do you do here?
I can't talk. Vatras.
Who said that?
About those missing people.
I'd have
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinus. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
As if I didn't have enough money.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Corinus. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure.
Anything's possible. Will it ever change? Nothing's ever going to change that.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier, and they have plenty of reason to be grateful to me.
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Corinus. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
I see.
I don't want to hear that anymore.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I'm doing what we all do. I fulfill the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet. But you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the Ring of Water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
It's totally obvious. Will it ever change?
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
So there's the militia, mercenaries, and fire magicians. Now, I'm gonna think about it because these are essentially 3 different quests. And I'm gonna do them later to show you what they're like, but I'm not gonna use them to join any community. I'm gonna join communities the normal way.
I'll have to think about it.
That was obvious all along.
Hey,
It's totally obvious.
I need your help.
And what exactly were you thinking of?
Let's wait and see what happens.
What about some better armor?
Mateo sells armor, but he'll probably charge you an arm and a leg for it. There is a way you could get it cheaper, though, if you don't mind pulling a fast one on the militia.
What do you mean?
There's a storage area next to Mateo's house, but all the merchandise has been confiscated by the militia. Go to Zurus at the marketplace and get yourself a sleeping spell. Then you send the guards off to Dreamland. I'm sure you'll find some decent armor among Mateo's stock.
I need some money.
Don't we all? Sorry, but I have none to give you. But Lamar, the moneylender, still owes me a favor. Go to him and borrow whatever money you need. I'll take care of the rest. You'll find Lamar in the Harbor District, where it borders on the lower part of town.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
What about the weapon?
Hey, you! I need your...
And what exactly?
That was obvious all
I need a better weapon.
There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Have you tried the marketplace?
That was obvious all along.
I need some money.
Don't we all? Go to him and borrow whatever money you need.
Really true. Nothing surprises me anymore.
I don't believe that.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Well, lend me some money.
Sure. How much would you like? I charge 20%.
200 gold coins.
That's a lot of money. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and the money too. Understand?
These are bad times.
Do you always throw your money at people like that?
Don't worry. You'll be back. Otherwise, I'll find you and kill you. It's that simple. You've got such a distinctive mug that it wouldn't take long for me to find you. So don't even think about playing around with me.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Now, if you borrow the gold without talking to Laris, this guy in front of Lamar's house will attack you if you don't bring it back in time. Mo will also attack you. But now, since I did ask Laris to help me,
Smart kid.
they will not attack me. They will just chill.
That's
So even if you ask Laris for help, you cannot get 1,000 gold. The most you can get is 200.
Can't take care of everything for everyone.
Here's your money back.
Don't worry. Laris has already taken care of this for you. That bastard is a friend of yours, huh? Oh well, none of my business. Have a nice day.
Not what I heard. These are bad times.
Really, how interesting. I won't tell anything.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Go away.
What I heard.
Don't tell me that.
Let's wait and see what
My
happens.
husband thinks.
There's nothing you can do about it.
He also gave me
Can't think anything to himself.
this ring. Recognition sign of the Ring of the Water.
I don't believe that.
That's not what my husband thinks.
That's terrible. If that's what it's
He had better shut up.
Really, how interesting.
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
And how are the sheep?
The sheep eat and get fatter and fatter. Just like my wife.
So now that I have 1,000 gold,
Take care of everything for everybody.
I can do some stuff.
Now that's typical.
And Enos gave unto him a portion of his divine power, so that he might undo the work of Paladin.
Hey!
That's not what I heard.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
And the stuff that I wanna do is donate.
I want to make a donation.
Now this guy can accept up to 1,000 gold in donations. And each time you donate, he will give you a reward. He doesn't give you anything if you give him 50 gold. However, he gives you rewards for 100 and 200 gold. If you donate 200 golds, you can donate 5 times and you will get 5 rewards. If you donate 100 gold, you can donate it 10 times and you will get 10 rewards. The rewards are the same for 100 and 200 gold. So if you want to maximize your rewards, you wanna donate 100 gold.
Enos, you are the light which illuminates the path of the just. In your name, I bless this man. May your light shine upon him.
I want to make a donation.
Enos, you are the light which illuminates the path of the just. In your name, I bless this man. May your light shine upon him.
That's not what I heard.
And the donations to this guy and the ones to the statue of Enos are different. You can get both rewards from this guy and from the statue of
I
Enos.
want to make a donation.
Enos, you are the light which illuminates the path of the just. In your name, I bless this man. May your light shine upon him.
He can't keep anything to himself.
I want to make a donation.
That's what I've
Enos, you are in your...
Someone's gonna do the work.
Enos, in your...
I want...
Really, how interesting.
Enos, in your...
Everybody's
I want-
what I've always said.
Enos, in your...
I can't tell you
I
how
want-
interesting everybody.
Enos, you are the light which illuminates
So
in
this
your...
time I got 1 learning point.
I want to...
Now that's typical.
Enos, in your...
These are bad
I want to make...
Enos, in your name.
Tell this to anything to
I want to make a donation.
You have donated more than 1,000 gold pieces overall to me. The blessing of the Lord in us is always with you.
So I can't donate anymore. And I got a bunch of life. I got 1 learning point.
He'd better
Even
shut
2
up
mana.
himself.
You don't say. Works all day too.
Alric says you got his sword.
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to me for a few torches and chunks of meat?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Well, for you, 50 gold pieces.
I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
Somebody stole from you.
I can't prove it. The fellow was damn clever. Introduced himself as Ringaroo, if that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days, and every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I bet the bastard is drinking my money. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse was gone.
It's gonna get even worse.
What do you know about the Thieves Guild?
Listen, if you get my gold back for me from that Ringaroo fellow, I'll tell you what I know.
That's an open secret.
I could get your gold back for you.
Oh, and why would you do that?
Things like that.
He'd better shut up.
Well, that depends. Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
You've got the wrong man. I'm from out of town like most of the merchants in the marketplace. If you want to get into the upper quarter, go talk to the resident merchants in the lower part of town.
That's an open secret.
I'm looking for clues to the Thieves Guild.
I might well be able to help you. Listen, if you get my gold back for me from that Ringaroo fellow, I'll tell you what I know.
I haven't seen it with my own
Why didn't you call the city guard?
The guards only respond if a thief is caught in the
eyes.
act.
Tell this to anyone.
And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone.
My own eyes.
How much gold was in that purse?
50 gold pieces. That's quite a lot in these crappy times.
That's not what I heard.
I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the Paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I
It's
shall.
gonna get even worse.
But that's typical, isn't it?
Don't tell this to anyone. He talks too much.
Why are you looking so doubtful?
I see that you bear the sign of the Ring of Water.
So, are you a member too?
What if I am?
Then I would tell you that Lares wants to be relieved from his post down at the harbor.
Fine. If that's so, I'll see to it that somebody deals with it.
I see.
That's not where my husband works all day, too.
He can't keep any.
Jorah says you got his money.
Damn it! I'm out of here!
And really, how interesting.
Everybody knows.
Now I'm gonna save here because there are two paths that I want to show.
Gotcha.
Hey, what do you want from me? Huh?
You stole from Jorah in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So I've come to tell you that you're a lousy thief and that you had better hand over Jorah's gold now.
Here's the dough, man! But now let me go! I'll never do it again!
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, man!
I'll see to it that you are put behind bars.
Oh, I don't want any more trouble. If you think that's what you should do, then be my guest. Hey, be careful, though. My friends are not gonna like what you're pulling here.
The friends that he mentions is the Thieves Guild. And we can either find the Thieves Guild by snitching on some of the thieves or by helping them. Or just by being friendly with them. And the first thing that I want to show is what happens if you snitch on at least one of them.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Rengaru stole from the merchant Jorah. He tried to skedaddle, but I caught him.
Good. My men have already picked him up. He won't be stealing from anyone else in the near future. Here is your money.
So if you put at least one of them in prison, they will send a hitman on you.
He never would have thought of that himself.
That's an open secret.
Hey, you, come over here. I've got something for you. There's a fellow here who insisted on talking to you. Since you weren't here, he told me to give you a message. He wants to meet you behind Halver's fish shop. This piece of information is free, but that's an exception, kid. Anything beyond that will cost you.
What did the guy look like?
I could tell you that, but you need to pay for it, my friend. Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
Really? How interesting.
I need information.
Since he talks to you.
What did the guy look like?
Well, rather tall, dark-skinned and strong, but no uniform. Somehow menacing.
And his face?
His face? When he looked at me, I was glad that it wasn't me he had come for. There was something scary in his eyes. Anyway, I think you should go see him. This is bound to be interesting.
Yeah, the question is, for whom?
It's really not my problem.
Really? How interesting.
Some problem solve themselves.
Go away sometime, too. How interesting.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
That's not what my husband did.
And there's more, believe me.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Ah, finally. I've been waiting for you, stranger.
Who are you?
I'm called Attila, but is my name important? Our names are meaningless. You should know that best, stranger.
What's this farce about?
You shouldn't die ignorant at the end of your journey. Consider it a final show of respect to the condemned.
Why do you want to kill me?
You sold Rengaru to the city. He is only a petty thief, but you shouldn't have done that. My employers are not exactly pleased about it. To prevent you from making yet another mistake, they have sent me.
Let me at least draw my weapon.
Good. Then prepare for your last battle.
So I like to attack him after his second attack, because that's when he has an opening.
A fight!
Sometimes he also has an opening after the first attack, but the second one is guaranteed. And he's also very strong. His crit can one-shot me now.
Oh my goodness!
Finish him! Finish him!
Now, I could have gone and upgraded my strength, my one-handed fighting, but it's not necessary.
Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! Finish him!
And now...
Don't stop now! Don't stop now!
What you waiting for?
Finish him! Finish him!
Attaboy!
Don't stop now! Don't stop now! Finish him! Finish him! Don't stop now! Finish him! Finish him! Finish him!
What you waiting for? 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 What you waiting for?
Finish him!
What you waiting for?
Don't stop now! Don't stop now! Don't stop now! Don't stop now! Don't stop now!
Give him what for! Let him have it!
Don't
Let
stop
him
now!
have it!
And nobody cares that he's dead. So he drops a key. And that key will lead us to the Thieves Guild. But I just wanted to do this for the showcase, to show that he will attack you. So now I'm gonna reload and help this guy.
Gotcha.
Hey, what do you want from me? Huh?
You stole from Jorah in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So I've come to tell you that you're a lousy thief and that you had better hand over Jorah's gold now.
Here's the dough, man! But now let me go! I'll never do it again!
This time,
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, man!
this time I will not send this guy to jail.
Why would I want to do that?
In the city, it's always good to know the right people and to stay on their good side. I could put in a good word for you. I can't and won't say more. The rest is up to you.
Sure.
Get lost and don't show your face around here again.
Oh, you won't regret this. Thanks, man.
And he goes back to the marketplace from where he stole.
All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord
It's
Andre
okay
is
to let him
commanded
go
to punish
because
every crime or act of
later he
resistance
may
against
give me
King's
something.
guards.
Something small but cool.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
That's an open secret.
That's an open secret.
He can't keep anything.
About
Yes.
Now that's typical.
he got away from me.
And what about my gold? Did he get away with it?
Even worse. That's
Here's the 50 gold pieces he stole from you.
Inos be
That's
praised.
not what my husband thinks.
There is still justice in the city.
honestly, I witnessed it myself.
What do you know about the Thieves Guild?
Right. Listen up. You haven't heard anything of what I'm about to tell you from me, capiche? There are shady characters who frequent the Dockside Inn. I bet the landlord knows a thing or two. If you're planning to track down the thieves, you should go talk to him. You could act like you're up to something crooked, for example. Maybe he'll fall for it, but be very careful. These people are not to be trifled with.
Here's 50 gold pieces. Give me Alric's sword then.
Here you go. That was a good deal.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
But I already gave you a valuable hint. That should suffice as reward for you. If it's gold you want, then hunt down the thieves and collect the bounty from Lord Andre. Now, I must get back to my customers.
Now, if he doesn't give you the hint for the Thieves Guild, he will give you Alric's sword for free.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Now, I'm gonna go train my strength so that I can equip this weapon.
That's an open secret.
I'm gonna unequip this belt, so I have 10 strength.
Hey, you! I want to train with you.
Good. We can get started as soon as you are ready.
I want to become stronger.
So that's 20 strength. Now it's 25. And now is the time for me to explain to you how training works in this game. So I have 25 strength. Now, if I train 5 more,
I want to become strong.
From the strength 30 and onward, 5 strength will cost me 10 learning points. So it's twice as much compared to what it was until now. Now, I could do something like this.
Hey!
So, to get 35 strength, it would cost me 10 points. However,
I want to become...
I could get 29 strength, and then from 29 to 34,
hey,
it would still cost me
I want to become
5 points. Okay, now it's time for another text on the screen, and for me to explain how training works in this game. So, the first line, stat threshold. Strength, dexterity, mana, one-handed weapons, two-handed, bows, crossbows. As long as you have less than 30, the cost is 5. If you are in between 30 and 60, the cost is 10. Between 60 and 90, the cost is 15. Then between 90 and 120, the cost is 20. And if you go 120 and beyond, the cost is 25. And this is the reason why I like to keep my permanent stuff like potions, stone tablets for later. Because if I were to chug potions right now, let's say strength potions, I would lose the opportunity to train strength while it's cheap. It doesn't matter how you reach those thresholds, but as soon as you reach them, the cost will increase. And another reason is that NPCs can only train you for a limited amount, because they have a maximum, the maximum of how much they can train you. And with permanent potions or tablets, you can go above that maximum. Do you have to do that? Of course not. Do you have to min-max? Of course not. Play the game however you want. And I like to keep them for later. Just have fun with the game, because it's amazing. One-handed, two-handed bows, crossbow skills, they cannot go over 100, and I will talk a bit more about them when I actually start to train them. Let's see, I have 25 strength. Okay. So now I'm just gonna equip this belt. Let's see, how much does it cost me with a belt?
Hey, you!
My strength is now 30.
Hey,
let's see, with a belt,
I want to be...
It still costs me 5. Which is good, belts and rings do not affect learning point cost. So now I can equip this weapon. Why do I want to equip this weapon? It's like in any normal weapon, right? It has 30 damage, it requires 30 strength. Well, take a look at my one-handed weapon skills. It says that I'm a rookie 10%. This weapon actually has a hidden bonus, which gives me 10% crit chance for one-handed weapons. Now this wolf knife, it tells you it has one-handed talent bonus. This weapon doesn't tell you that, but it still has that hidden bonus, and that's why I like it. And it's just as long as this stick. It's the same length, so I'll take it. Now I have 11 more learning points. I can learn lockpicking. I can learn sneaking. So I won't deliver this sword yet. I will deliver it eventually to the arena guy, but for now, I'll keep it.
Never again shall you walk upon my land, for it is sacred.
Now let's go hunt.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Where then? You don't have the gold.
Oh. Never mind. Hold on.
That's terrible.
Hey! Show me your way.
Can't keep anything to himself. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Who says things like that?
Someone's got to do the work.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Hey, you!
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here they are. Let's go hunting.
All right, follow me. Outside the south gate is a wood where we should find more than enough critters. Probably more than we'd like.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is...
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
I've heard a thing or two.
I'm not telling you anything new.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Now this quest is a bit random, so I recommend saving.
Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing to plunder. Nothing there. Nothing to plunder. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there.
I need all of these skins for
Nothing to be
the
had there.
quest.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing there. Nothing to plunder.
So, what do you think? Should we go farther into the woods or not?
Yes.
Let's go on.
All right. Let's hope this works out. All right. So much for you, filthy beast. All right. So much for you, filthy beast.
He one-shotted that orc. What a badass.
That's it, I'm going back to the city. It's just too dangerous out here for me, even with two of us.
An orc, right outside the city. Holy shit.
So, see ya. You can sell the skins to Bosper.
Nothing there.
So, from this orc, I got a weapon for blacksmith for that quest. However, there's another way to get orc weapon. Now this way, there's a cave with some bandits. I'm gonna try to clear it. This stone tablet is for archery. For bows.
I'm gonna rip you to pieces. Rip you to pieces.
Now hopefully I will fight one of them at a time. Okay, another guy found a way. Okay, awesome. Oh, there's a third guy. Well, he's kinda late. Now let's see who's left. No one.
I know nothing about picking locks.
Okay, I think it's about time for me to learn lockpicking. Also got 50 gold.
Hey! Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
Thank you. Gonna sleep in your bed now. Now, Zuris, the potion merchant, mentioned that Constantino gets a King Sorrel somewhere near Lobard's farm, which is that farm, near this stone circle. So if you get that dialogue with him, then the game spawns this plant. This plant isn't here until you talk to him. So you have to talk to him to spawn that plant.
not touching that.
Will it ever change?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartime, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well. Let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district. But they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard...
Will it ever change?
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on...
Deserve that.
About the wolfskins, I've got them. Here.
Great. I knew you would be suitable for this job. Here's the pay I promised you. And what do you think? Isn't this better work than banging away at swords all day or filling little bottles in a dusty chamber?
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
I had hoped you would choose me. But if that's the way you want it...
Does that mean you'll vote for me?
If none of the other masters objects, yes. But you would certainly have made a good hunter.
It was just like you said.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I've got the orc weapon you wanted.
Show me. You did it after all. Good man. It's been a while since I've had a weapon like this in my hands. I was a soldier back in the Orc War. Those were tough times, I can tell you. I didn't think you could do it. I'm impressed.
Can I sign on as an apprentice with a different master?
You're a good man. I'll give you my approval. Brian will still be here for a while, and a strong lad to take his place will turn up in time.
About the plants.
If you cannot handle that by yourself, you won't be any good as an alchemist either.
I've got all the plants I was supposed to bring you.
What? You're pulling my leg, right? By Adanos. It's all there, all right. Who knows? Maybe someday you could make a decent alchemist after all.
Now I can buy those plants
Show me your
back
wares.
from him whenever I want. I don't need them for now.
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you like.
Okay, so I have approval of all masters, and I can choose one of them. Since my plan is to do all factions, that means 3 playthroughs, and that means 3 masters. I think I'm gonna choose a different master in each playthrough. But if you are playing this game, here's the thing. If you want to get rich, the hunter is a good choice. He pays a lot for skins. And the blacksmith is a good choice, because he will teach you how to make weapons, then you can make weapons and sell them to him. The alchemist, not really a good choice. Also, you may think that you want to join alchemist when you're a mage in this game. Now, as a mage, I don't like to choose the alchemist, and here's why. The alchemist will want dark mushrooms. That is his side quest, to get as many as possible. And as a new player, you don't know that the dark mushrooms give you more mana. Which is funny, cause in the end, he even laughs at you when you give him enough dark mushrooms. He laughs at you cause you don't know what they actually do. And it's really cool. And as a mage, you want those mushrooms for yourself, cause you do want to increase your mana as much as possible. So for now, I won't join anyone, but later, when the time comes, I will join different master for different factions.
Adonos saw that this way, nothing could exist at all. No light and no darkness. And so he set himself between his brothers in order to reconcile their dispute.
You don't say. You had better shut up. Honestly, a witness.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
That's what I've always said.
That's exactly what I said.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
I'll give you no more than 5 for your information.
What? 5 gold pieces? Are you trying to ruin me? Let's make it 7.
No, it doesn't work that way. Let's say 6.
You're a scoundrel, you know that? Well, if you insist, let's say 6 gold pieces for each piece of information.
I need information. Who counts among the influential citizens in this town?
You won't find anyone down here at the harbor. The only powerful man here is Lamar. The moneylender is not very popular, but he has gold, and other influential citizens owe him money. The merchants and craftsmen also have a lot of influence. Too much, if you ask me.
Who's in debt to Lamar?
If you want to know that, you should take a look in his ledger. Only it might be pretty difficult to do that without him noticing. As far as I know, he always carries it with him.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Ulrich. He fights for gold behind the warehouse.
What do you know about the missing citizens?
All I know is that some people have vanished during the last few days. It's especially bad down here at the harbor, they say. Maybe you should ask around here a bit. There were some cases in the lower part of the city, too. If you want to know more, you should talk to Corrigan. He has his tavern in the lower part of town, and he's likely to hear a thing or two. Halvor, the fish merchant down by the quay, might know something too. Many people frequent him.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Who can teach me something here?
There are a few competent people here in the harbor district. Carl the blacksmith is a sturdy fellow. I'll bet he can show you how to get stronger. Ulrich knows a lot about fighting, and Laris is a cunning rogue. He's down here at the harbor sometimes as well. And if you're crazy enough to go see old Ignaz, he knows all about Almich potions.
Where can I find all these people?
Oh, boy. The king will have won his war against the orcs before I've done explaining that to you. Just look around the harbor district and you're bound to find them. And if you don't know your way about, go to Braham and buy yourself a map. He's easy to find. His hut is right next to my tavern. I should have charged double for that one.
Is there any special work to be had around here where I could make some quick money?
Something special, you say? Go talk to Nagur then. Maybe he can help you.
I'm no better off myself.
Got anything special for me to do?
I've got something for you, but that should only interest you if you're a man of versatile talents.
What have you got?
Well, Zorus, the potion vendor in the marketplace, currently has a guest, Darren the fire magician.
And?
He had a new chest made specially for him by Thorben the carpenter. They say that this Darren has brought a bunch of valuable stuff with him. but you didn't hear that from me, understand?
Nobody will learn anything.
Give me something to drink. I need information. Cardiff says you may have a job for me.
Well, well. So you're looking for a special job. Okay. But we play by my rules, understood?
What does that mean?
That means you do what I say and you get a third of the profits. If you don't like it, then there's no job.
We're business partners, so it's 50-50.
Okay. I thought I'd give it a shot. Of course, we'll split our profits fairly.
All right, what's your plan?
You know the merchant Baltram, don't you? If not, it's time you talk to him. This Baltram has a messenger who supplies him with goods from Akil's farm. That is, he had a messenger. Until I cut his throat. And now Baltram has to get a new one, and that will be you. Your job is to get hired by Baltram and fetch the delivery from Akil. You bring it to me, and then I'll set it on to an interested customer. He'll fork over a tidy little sum for it. And just don't try selling the stuff yourself. Have you got all that?
How much will the profit be?
I can't say exactly, but I estimate around 400 gold pieces.
Where is Akil's farm?
Leave the city by the east gate. That's directly on the marketplace.
That's not where my husband thinks.
If you follow the road to the right, you'll soon come to a few steps cut into the rock. Go up there, and you'll come to Akil's farm.
When should I talk to Baltram?
You can go right away. He should know by now that his messenger won't be showing up anymore.
Oh, wait, don't tell me. That's gonna get even worse.
Where can I find Baltram?
He has his stall in the marketplace.
And it's gonna
Well then, I'm all set.
Good. Then get on your way. But if you try to cheat me, you'll soon be every bit as dead as the messenger. Don't forget.
Now, Nagur is also part of the Thieves Guild. And I can snitch on him to the Paladins. Send him to jail. Get some money.
Hey, you! Teach me how to pick a lock.
All you need is a lockpick. If you move it carefully left and right in the lock, you can unbolt the mechanism. But if you move it too much or too fast in the wrong direction, it will snap right off. The more adept you become, the fewer lockpicks you are going to need. That's all there is to it, really.
Okay, I have 6 lockpicks. Let's go get that chest.
So why won't they listen to me?
Now, when he said the more adept you will become, the less lockpicks you will break, he basically meant the more dexterity you have, the less lockpicks you will break. Okay, so we need a combination of lefts and rights. Let's see. Left. No. The lockpick broke. Right. Right. No. So it's right, left, left, right.
Deserve that.
That was obvious all along.
I don't believe this is gonna...
Now, he's not the only person that can teach me lockpicking in this town. There is another person, which I'll meet at some point, soon-ish.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Nagura has killed Baltram's messenger. He tried to use me as his new messenger in order to intercept Akil's shipment.
That fellow will get his just punishment. I shall have him locked up immediately. Here, take the bounty that you are entitled to.
Now that I've shown that,
You looking for a job?
Sure. What's it about?
My errand boy hasn't come back, and I'm waiting for a delivery from the farmer Akil.
And how much is it worth to you?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay. Just tell Akil that I sent you. He'll give you a package. Bring it to me.
Where can I find Akil's farm?
Just go out here through the east gate and follow the path to the southeast. After a short while, you'll come to a stone stairway. Go up that, and from there, you'll already be able to see Akil's farm.
I don't believe that. And it's gonna get even worse. I won't tell her a thing from now on. And it's gonna get even worse.
there.
Now, if by any chance you didn't kill the orc with Bartok on the hunt for wolves, there
Nothing to be
is a
had there.
free orc axe here for the blacksmith.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there.
There's another of those scummy.
I love how he got stuck there.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there. Nothing there.
Now, there are some spikes here, and my health is really low. My health is actually 1, which makes it perfect to test the spikes. They don't deal any damage. And there's a huge orc statue here. I love how that skeleton just hangs there. Now I'm gonna quickly go sleep to heal myself.
He had better shut up. That's not what my husband thinks. I can't take care of everything for everybody.